Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Stacey Skryzak. We are digging deeper into the death of Sonya Massey at the hands of a Sangamon County deputy. On July 6th, Sonya called the Sangamon County Sheriff's Office with concerns about a prowler. While responding to the call, former deputy Sean Grayson shot and killed Sonya. Tonight, we're learning whether the deputies were aware of Sonya Massey's mental health issues before arriving on the scene. News Channel 20's Carson.
Let me stop it right there. They needed to be worried about the officer's health status before they sent them out there. That's the issue.
And Gordy joins us live in Springfield with the very latest. Carson?
Deputies were at Sonya Massey's home just hours before she was fatally shot, but Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell says it was unclear whether the deputies knew that. Dispatch records show that on July 5th at 12:49 p.m., a call was logged under 2868 Hoover Avenue, the home of Sonya Massey. The records show that her car window was broken, how a Sangamon County deputy made sure that she made it to the hospital safely, and how she received treatment for her mental state. While there were details from that previous call, Campbell says he doesn't know if they were accessed.
There's times that dispatchers may give them, we call it call history. Dispatchers sometimes just volunteer it to the deputy while they're en route, and sometimes the deputy will ask for it. I'm not aware of what they were told or what they asked for.
I asked Sangamon County.
Basically, my opinion is really sheriff got to go. The guy, it's different if this were like the dudes, he didn't have already a history. But I think sheriffs should be fired if, it's not that the officer shot and killed somebody, but everybody knew he was a bad apple, and they still let him go. They still let him out on the street. That's like letting a rabid dog out of the cage. That's crazy.
County Dispatch whether providing background information about previous calls would be a useful resource for deputies responding to a location. They said in part, quote, useful, yes, but not practical. Researching each call history would take time. The 911 system is predicated on providing the fastest assistance. Most would not wish delays when having a 911 call about a prowler. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
All right, thanks for that update, Carson. We have received documents from Sangamon County that cover the investigation. Coming up tonight on News Channel 20 at 10, you can learn more about the investigation into Grayson and the second deputy. Well, area bikers are planning a ride in honor of Sonya Massey this weekend. Bikers will meet up at 1704 East Cook Street in Springfield around 2 p.m. before heading out a half hour later. The ride is set to go past the new memorial to Sonya in the capital city. For more information on the ride, head over to newschannel20.com. Sean Grayson is facing 3 counts of first-degree murder for the death of Sonya Massey. He's also facing charges of aggravated battery with a firearm and official misconduct. He pleaded not guilty to all charges. A judge denied him pre-trial release. He is set to be back in court later this month.
At least, okay, that's a small step. Usually they'll let anybody out on bail, but at least they said no.
Today marks nearly 4 weeks since Sonya Massey was shot and killed in her Sangamon County home. 2 deputies responded to Massey's home on Hoover Avenue just after 1 a.m. on July 6th. After they entered her home, the situation escalated to then Deputy Sean Grayson firing at Massey and killing her. Grayson has since been charged and fired, but both deputies were placed on administrative leave during the investigation. But we have learned today that the second deputy who witnessed the shooting has returned to work. News Channel 20's Carson Gordy joins us live in Sangamon County with the latest. Carson.
Sangamon County Communication Director.
Welcome, Phoenix Soul. Act natural under the pressure. Chicken love in the house. Here we go.
Jeff Wilhite confirmed that the unnamed deputy is no longer on paid administrative leave. The deputy has returned to the office, but he's not yet returned to going back out on patrol.
Indiana, mom in the house.
However, the deputy is still under internal investigation by the Sangamon County Sheriff's Department for what happened at Sonya Massey's home. This is not a criminal investigation. Body camera footage shows that the deputy never fired a shot and provided medical aid for Massey. Sheriff Jack Campbell says he has not read his office's interview with the deputy after the shooting and has viewed the body cam footage once.
He did nothing wrong here, so egregious that he should not be a police officer anymore. But we need to work with him. We need to make sure that mentally, that it's safe for him to work.
The Illinois State Police told me they finished their investigation into the deputy's actions on July 6 and has sent over the case to the Sangamon County State's Attorney's Office. When I reached out to the county, I asked if the state's attorney, John Milheiser, plans to file criminal charges. I was told at this time, no comment. I'm Carson Gordy. Back to you.
Thanks, Carson. We did receive documents from Sangamon County that cover the investigation. We're going to take a deeper dive into that investigation into Sean Grayson and the second deputy. That's coming up tonight on News Channel 20 at 10.
Let me pause right there. Welcome to the state of Illinois, where, man, a lot goes on. Let's just put it that way. That is not the place to be all the times. But I want to go into a different situation here. I need you to check this out real quick. Here we go.
She is shot dead. There's also a 4-year-old relative who was Sonya Massey has a family member. She is shot dead. There's also a 4-year-old relative who was killed by the police as well. Put it up for Mass. In the weeks since the killing, in my opinion, the murder of Sonya Massey at the hands
it's definitely murder. It's definitely that. Definitely.
Of an Illinois cop, new details have surfaced about another police killing in the same state that claimed the life of a 4-year-old child named Terrell Miller, purported to be her younger cousin. Just 4 months before Massey's untimely death, Terrell Miller was fatally shot by a police officer.
This gets really weird for y'all. Listen close. It gets really weird.
The western part of the state. Several social media posts began circulating that drew comparisons between the deaths of Massey and Miller. Some posts even alleged both victims were, in fact, related. With millions watching and many people benefiting from this program called Indisputable, we just need 1% of the viewers to become a paid member so we can continue to bring this content to you. Now back to the show. Atlanta Black Star did a great job on the reporting of this. Terrell was killed at his home on March 16th, which...
Welcome to the state of Illinois. Let's capitalize the ILL and the noise. It's all bad. So basically what's going on in this, I'll take it from here, Dr. Ritchie. Yeah, Sonya Massey had her younger cousin killed by another Spring Hill police officer, but it's not as clear cut as you think. Listen to this.
Was 84 miles away from Springfield. Police were called to his mother's apartment that night to respond to reports of a domestic violence dispute. That dispute escalated into a hostage situation. Body cam footage shows 2 responding officers break down the door to the apartment after hearing screams and cries for help from the apartment. That's where they discovered Terrell's mother, Kiana Miller, with multiple stab wounds. Now, I want to make sure I provide proper context at this part. The officers, when they heard the screams, they were well within their rights and privileges as a cop to enter, okay? Here's where it gets completely illegal, in my opinion. The officers escorted Kiana from the apartment. Her alleged attacker, 57-year-old Anthony George, retreated to Terrell's bedroom, okay? So the cops are walking her out. The child is still there. He then retreats to the child's room because the officers did not secure the apartment. George is seen using Terrell.
57-year-old acting like this. This is crazy.
Because the officers did not secure the apartment. George is seen using Terrell, the child, as a human shield.
Can you believe that? A 57-year-old man using a child for a human shield. That is the extreme level of cowardice.
And holding a knife to the neck of the 4-year-old and another blade around his waist during the confrontation with police. The situation then took a deadly turn when one cop, not both, when one cop made the decision to simply shoot.
Is that crazy or what? The guy's in a room. You could have just shut the door and then just, I mean, the point of you're supposed to save the child, not use them to, I can't even say it right. You're supposed to save the child. That's the point. That's what you're hired to do, is save those who can't protect themselves. They just used them. They just put a bullet through them.
That bullet passed through the baby first and then shot George in the neck. Both of them died at the scene. Miller's attorney stated that only 16 seconds had passed between the moment the officers kicked down the apartment door and the moment the fatal shot was fired. She added that the officers never executed any de-escalation or negotiation tactics.
That's all bad. That's all bad. I got more for you, though. You know, it's the weirdest thing that it's just the weirdest thing to hear grown men using children and infants for human shields. And then you want people to feel empathy. Let's see some more. Let's see some more, examples of that. Here we go.
New information about Monday's Theodore
Let me pause that because the volume is not where I want it to be. Let me put it there. Okay, there we go.
standoff. Police say Levi Washington used his daughter as a human shield to keep police at bay. Washington in court this morning for a bond hearing. Investigators say he also held a gun to the little girl's head, threatened to harm her and himself. He surrendered after 4 hours. Washington's bond set at $156,000, but he'll be staying behind bars because he was already out on probation for previous charges. Washington is set to be back in court again next week.
Is that crazy or what? I got more human shields for you.
Also learning more about the shooting of an 11-month-old baby in North Philadelphia last month. That baby, Yasim Jenkins, remains in critical condition. Authorities say the child's father, 25-year-old Nafis Monroe, used the child as a human shield while trying to buy drugs with counterfeit cash. Monroe was arrested over the weekend and charged with recklessly endangering another person and endangering the welfare of a child.
He was using counterfeit money to purchase drugs, knowing that counterfeit money is something that is very upsetting to drug dealers. And when they find out that they're being burned with counterfeit money, they act violently.
The alleged shooter, 29-year-old Francisco Ortiz, is charged with attempted murder. And police say that there is a connection between Ortiz and the deadly shooting.
Look at the lovely little child that man used as a human shield. Welcome Henry Mars in the house. That's terrible. That's horrible. Gorgeous little girl. Gorgeous little girl used as a human shield. So basically it sounds like to me, it's like this. Fellas, Nah, forget it. Forget it. I'm not even freaking try to talk to the men because they'd use the baby for a human shield themselves. These dudes out here in the red pill, they'd use them for. That's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking. I'm sorry. So let me keep going here.
Of 2-year-old Nicolette Rivera. Police say the gun used to kill Rivera was given to the suspects in that case by Ortiz.
Put the baby down. Put the kid down. Put the kid down. Give us the air. Put the kid down, dude. Put the
Welcome to the kingdom of cowards, folks.
kid down.
The state of Illinois.
Put the kid down, dude. Put the kid down.
I mean, this is the perfect example of how a lot of men, they see no value in their children, none. Then I don't even think he sees that child as his child. That's crazy. He's supposed to be taking the child out of danger, not keeping them in danger. See, this is what's weird. This is what's weird to me. Why didn't, if the dude thought he was, he's trying, who deleted Massey and sent her up to the upper room, he's saying he feared for his life. Well, dude, what, water? Water, hot water? I talked about this before. There's no way that hot water was going to harm that dude. It might have left a skin abrasion, but she was 20 feet away. By the time I would have hit him, it would have been lukewarm. Hours. I mean, we got bandits that are cowards. We got bandit cops that are cowards. We got everybody being a coward tonight. Here we go.
Dude. I have a tango deployment. We're fighting with him right now. I have the kid.
The dog got him good. The dog got him good. Dog got him good. I like that part. Let me play a part over. I like that part. Dog got him good.
I have a tango deployment. We're fighting with him right now. I have the kid.
Got his leg. Got him down by the leg. That's a cool little dog. Yeah, that poor baby man. Yep. Well said, Phoenix. So not all men, yet always a man. Bars. I mean, man, hey, look, I got some more for you, though.
New at noon, a man allegedly used his car as a weapon against his wife and 2 young children.
I didn't even do nothing. I didn't even hit her. I'm not.
Trey Harlan faces 3 counts of felonious assault. Investigators say they started yesterday as a custody dispute between Harlan and his wife. He allegedly rammed her car with his while she and their 2- and 4-year-olds were inside. Police say Harlan then punched her in the face several times. Harlan's attorney claims there was no damage to his car and couldn't have rammed his wife's car. The prosecution offered pictures to the judge, which appeared to show evidence of the crash and Harlan appearing to use one of his children as a human shield once police arrived. Harlan.
What is going on? I mean, I think I'm making a strong argument that it appears that there's a lot of fathers out there that are not necessarily the most involved fathers. And they seem, if they are the most involved fathers, it's not with their children, it's with crime. That's what they're involved with.
Is now locked up on $900,000.
And
Right now at 11, the escalating.
Pause that. I guarantee you, dude thinks he should be out.
Cycle of violence in parts of South Florida. Tonight, a home riddled with bullets and a father protecting an infant with his own body. That infant only 5 months old in his
This is what I'm talking. This is what fathers are supposed to do. Keep listening. Here we go.
crib when the gunfire erupted.
At least one person was hit in the shooting. Local 10's Carlos Suarez is live in Miami Gardens with our top story at 11. Carlos.
Lori and Calvin, the baby's great aunt, was grazed by 2 bullets. The 5-month-old was with his father. The 2 of them were outside of the front door of their home here in Miami Gardens when those shots rang out. Tonight, the family is relieved that no one.
Tell me how your baby's doing, bro. He's doing good.
A father relieved his son is okay, picked up a few items from a house where hours earlier a gunman opened fire on.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Loved ones counted the bullet holes that pierced the front door of the home late Wednesday afternoon.
There's somebody just shooting. You know, it couldn't be nothing going in my mind because I was sitting outside and when I walked in the house, I said, pop, 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 you know.
The shooting happened on Northwest 15th Avenue and 175th Terrace in Miami Gardens. Little Naquan Gray Jr. was with his father on the front steps of the house when the bullets started flying.
You come out here and sit sometime with the baby and the little thing, you know.
We're told the 5-month-old was in a baby chair when his father threw himself onto it to shield him.
Next thing I knew, the door opened. He had his baby like this. They dove in the door with his baby. He was trying to protect his son.
The baby's great aunt was in the living room and was grazed by a bullet in the neck and leg. She was taken to a hospital and is okay.
We are truly blessed. And one, the grace of God.
Welcome to the state of ill, y'all. Welcome to the state of ill. I'm not done yet. I got more.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Ashley Hinson in for Shannon Cake. Welcome to the Now South Florida. Well, there is a lot of anger and pain to go around this afternoon in one local community. It is just one day after the Indian River Sheriff said a man used his pregnant girlfriend as a human shield when he opened fire on deputies trying to serve a search warrant. That woman died, and her boyfriend and his father are in jail right now. Let's get right to the Now's Alyssa Hyman live in Gifford, Indiana.
Jeez, what is the hell's going on here?
In River County with the very latest. Alyssa?
Ashley, the sheriff's office says Andrew Coffey III and his son Andrew Coffey IV are career criminals, despite the fact that several people in this community are questioning and are frustrated about the sheriff's actions.
This is the father and son who prosecutors say opened fire on Indian River County Sheriff's deputies as they tried to serve a warrant. Early Sunday morning, they both went before a judge Monday and spoke out during the hearing.
Like father, like son. They both had a gun. What I mean, that's banditry for you right there, y'all. So the most involved father turns his son into a criminal as well. Way to go, Pops. Way to go.
Hearing telling very different stories. The father, Andrew Coffey III, denied the drugs the deputies recovered were his.
The pills are his pills. They weren't my pills.
But his son, Andrew Coffey IV, decided to thank the judge. Third denied the drugs the deputies recovered were his.
The pills are his pills. They weren't my pills.
But his
did you hear that? Let's listen to this again. He said, those are his pills, not my pills. And he's referring to his son. So that's crazy to me that he's willing to send. Let's hear it one more time.
Hearing telling very different stories. The father, Andrew Coffey III, denied the drugs the deputies recovered were his.
The pills are his pills. They weren't my pills.
But his son, Andrew Coffey IV, decided to thank the judge.
For the record, I would like to say I would like to thank you for showing pretty much mercy on me.
He works 2 jobs now. He was trying to get his life right.
After court, though, the younger Coffey's mother didn't hold back. She accused the sheriff's office of targeting her son because of the family's long criminal history.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. Wait a minute. fired on somebody. Wait a minute. Let me wait a minute here. So is this a BMW alert? Is this a BMW alert? Should I hit the BMW button? Let me see what's going on here.
For the record, I would like to say I'd like to thank you for showing pretty much mercy on me today.
He works 2 jobs now. He was trying to get his life right.
He was trying to get his life right. Well, obviously he didn't.
For court, though, the younger Coffey's mother didn't hold back. She accused the sheriff's office of targeting her son because of the family's long criminal history.
All I'm trying to say as a mother, this investigation needs to be done thoroughly. It needs to be done right.
Meanwhile, back at the Gifford house Monday, you can still see the bullet holes from where the gunfire erupted. The sheriff's office said its SWAT team was trying to serve a search warrant related to drugs, but once the deputies faced gunfire, they had no choice but to fire back. The sheriff said Sunday Coffey IV used his pregnant girlfriend as a human shield.
Cowardly actions on their part to resist law enforcement, to shoot at our.
Yeah, I mean, you can't do much with that. They need to go back in prison for the rest of their lives. They're not going to help the community. See, the thing is this. Here's the funny thing, and I want everybody to listen to this. If we're letting monsters back out into the community, okay, why complain about it? I mean, think about it. If you're complaining about the officer's actions, but do you really want these guys back out there? Do you really want these guys right here? Let me go back to them. Do you really want him back out there? Do you, I mean, really? I mean, the thing is this. The best case scenario is, I mean, absolutely, police have to do a better job at what they're doing. I mean, there's no reason for that, for anybody to open fire on an innocent person, because that's what they did. Technically, that's what they did. They opened fire on an innocent person. Unfortunately, because of their bandit, because unfortunately, the girlfriend chose the wrong. She definitely chose wrong. But these are the same bandits that the Manosphere defends. It's the same bandits that the Manosphere defends. They will defend this bastard right here. That's the funny part. In fact, a bunch of them out there are hanging out with criminals right now. And I don't mean criminals like, oh, he smoked weed. Oh, you know, he's a shoplifter. No, I'm talking about hardened criminals. Hardened criminals. They bow to hardened criminals online. They work with them. They work with hardened criminals online. There's a point where you have to say, you know something, I didn't like. There's 2 parts to it. I didn't like the way they were apprehended. I don't like the fact that the police shot through a woman who was pregnant. So they killed the child and the woman just to apprehend a bandit. That's the problem. That's a problem. They need to work on that. You know, in fact, what gets me is they work on hostage situations like that. But it seems like it's like right there, nor the police officers or the bandits had any respect for that young lady's life and the life of the child. That's what I'm thinking right now. Here we go.
Different stories. The father, Andrew Coffey III, denied the drugs the deputies recovered were his.
The pills are his pills. They weren't my pills.
But his son, Andrew Coffey IV, decided to thank the judge.
For the record, I would like to say I'd like to thank you for showing pretty much mercy on me today.
He works 2 jobs now. He was trying to get his life right.
After court, though, the younger Coffey's mother didn't hold back.
Here's the deal. I've just made the deal right now. The officers who shot the young lady need to be on a perpetual desk job at best. Either that or they can work at, Home Depot. Because that was some cold-blooded shit. The bandits, though, they get charged with murder. They should get charged with murder, with murking, and should go to prison for whatever you get. That was the lives of two. That's how I see it. That's how I see it.
She accused the sheriff's office of targeting her son because of the family's long criminal history.
I mean, the thing is this. That's some BMW shit right there, because the reason why I'm not saying that the officers have to go to prison is because, I mean, could they have just like tried to be more patient? Yeah, but at the same time, they're getting shot. People are shooting at them. The bandits were shooting at them, using the young lady as a shield. So that's how I see it. Here we go.
All I'm trying to say as a mother, this investigation need to be done thoroughly. It need to be done right.
Meanwhile, back at the Gifford house Monday, you can still see the bullet holes from where the gunfire erupted. The sheriff's office said its SWAT team was trying to serve a search warrant related to drugs.
I mean, are those the kind of men that were trying to get out of prison? Is this the kind of men that were trying to get out with the justice reform and shit? The guys like this? Because really, quite honestly, other societies don't care. Because it's not like these men are going to go over into their bougie or whatever you want to call it neighborhoods. They're not going there because they know that they'll get that a radar, that everybody there has cameras, everybody there has $3,000 alarm systems and surveillance systems and security systems. Everybody's armed. So they're not, the black men don't go to those neighborhoods. They go back to our neighborhoods. And they cause all of this. That's what they do. That's what the bandits do. There are not enough good black men to the good black men would have been taken out by these bandits. I'm sorry, but in my opinion, in most situations, they're outnumbered too. They're outnumbered too.
Drugs, but once the deputies faced gunfire, they had no choice but to fire back. The sheriff said Sunday Coffee the Fourth used his pregnant girlfriend as a human shield.
Cowardly actions on their part to resist law enforcement, to shoot at our deputies when they're trying to execute a search warrant. I mean,
and that young mother.
Right, as soon as, and that's the funny thing is this. That's why I'm not. As soon as you shoot, it's the OK Corral. And if you want to see the ultimate in cowardice, is what those men did, using that woman as a human shield. So this right here, this no justice.
21-year-old Arteria Wood died of a gunshot wound from the sheriff's.
I mean, what? No justice for who? This is the weird thing. I don't mind, you know something? I don't mind you saying no justice, but in the same breath, you should be saying, put those fools under the jail. Put both of them, the father and the son, put them under the jail. If there's a DP in that state, work with that. Work with that. There's nothing, I mean, that's just what's up.
Deputies. That sparked protests and pain from her family and the community.
Her mama is grieving, her father's grieving, the family's grieving. Two wrongs don't make a right. And we need some answers to what happened to my niece.
Answer, they use the bandits used the woman as a shield. What other answers do you need? Could have cops done something else? Probably. But see, notice how she's not even talking about, yeah, those mother foes should be going to prison forever But those cops should be held accountable as well. That I can agree with. This stuff about ignoring everything that the bandits did, that's scary to me. Yeah. Yep. That's the crazy part about it. Man, let me see what's going on here. So, I mean, I think I went through the human shield that's going on in our community. And a lot of it's because these men in our community lack any sort of, what would you call it? Empathy. It's just not there. Just not there to be had. That's the sad part. Here's another sad situation. Here we go. Wait, you know something? Wait a minute. Let's dig in some Chris Brown. Yeah, he actually made it on a crime night. He actually made it on a crime night. First of all, let's start off with this. You know, that's funny that Chris says that because he's a freaking criminal. Chris, you just mugged some dudes. Let me put it up here on the screen. There he is. He just mugged some dudes. He literally told dudes to beat up another dude. He's like a gang member. Welcome, Angela. Welcome, Tivan. He's as much of a bandit as you can think. Oh, wait, oh, shoot. Thank you for reminding me. Dang. Okay, let me start from the beginning here. Here we go.
A selfie with Kalani, who uses the she/they pronouns, by the way. And the selfie has the internet buzzing. This reunion comes after Chris previously criticized Kalani for their past attempt to unalive themselves, which has led to a complex response from their followers. Chris Brown accused Kalani of seeking attention and sympathy.
See, that's exactly what a sociopath would say.
He said there was no attempt to unalive themselves and accused them of flexing for the gram for sympathy. Plus, he stirred up that old tea about Kalani's personal life, particularly in relation to rumors of them cheating on NBA player Kyrie Irving with their ex-boyfriend Party Next Door, allegedly.
Well, she's a preference. She can do what she wants, right?
Twitter went wild, calling out Chris Brown for mocking mental health. Now, this new pic's got fans.
That's funny. That's funny coming from him. You know, that's real funny coming from him. I need to definitely put this up here. Hold on. You know, because we got something like
Chris Brown is facing a $50 million lawsuit accusing him and his entourage of a brutal beating in Fort Worth. It happened a little over a week ago, right after a concert at Dickies Arena. And tonight, Sidney Percy is speaking with attorneys on both sides.
RNB. Let me pause. So here's Chris Brown. And I don't see how he would be out. He would be free if he wasn't so talented as he is. He's very talented. But I was speaking with some of the friends, and my idea is that, yeah, he needs to be in prison. But since he's so talented, why don't we just go ahead and build a prison with a stage in it? A huge stage. I mean it. And we could put him, we could put R. Kelly, we could put Diddy, we could put Mystical, all of them in there. And they could perform and people could appreciate their talent, but they wouldn't be a menace to society as well. You know, yeah. Sugar Love says that pic is before the heavy drug. Yeah, he's thinned out quite a bit, huh?
Singer Chris Brown accused in a new lawsuit of violently assaulting 4 men in Fort Worth with the help of his quote entourage. The suit claims Brown directed his entourage to attack the group of men during a VIP event after his concert at Dickies Arena July 20th, and names Dallas rapper Yella Beezy as one of those defendants, accused of brutally beating the 4 plaintiffs.
Clearly, it was a lawsuit that was filed without doing the due diligence that is required.
Daryl K. Washington is Yella Beezy's.
What due diligence do you have to do? They beat the brakes off of them. They outnumbered them. They did some thug shit. What more needs to be done?
Attorney told me his client is without a doubt innocent, was at the concert, but had zero involvement in any alleged assault.
You know, when you have things that happen this fast, it makes you wonder what's the motivation behind it.
Washington pointed to the fact the lawsuit was filed July 21st. That is just one day after the concert.
This appeared to be a lawsuit that was already drafted and was just waiting to fill in some of the.
Okay, there's no way it could have been already drafted. This guy's lying. Okay, first of all, I know for a fact that they can draft a lawsuit in a day. They can get it done in 8 hours, especially if they're skilled attorneys with a staff of 4, 6 paralegals who can handle each aspect of the case. So that's the funny thing. The thing is that everybody knows that happened because they was there. Yeah, Act Natural says, and Tasha K takes up from that. Yep. Tasha K needs to sit down because look, the problem that Chris has is he has a history of this. And he has a history of continuing to do this. There were people in the fights. Now, whether Yella Beezy was there or not, we'll definitely find out. But we know this. Chris is fully capable of doing what he did.
The blanks.
That's about as ridiculous. You realize who you're talking to, right? I represented the governor of the state, the attorney general.
Tony Busby is the high-profile Houston attorney representing the plaintiffs. Told me he was very particular about who he sued because his clients were particular.
Oh, Busby is a multi-million-dollar attorney, probably has a whole building of lawyers that can easily draft up this item. Yeah, a good lawyer can draft a lawsuit in a couple of hours. Bars, Indiana mom. Yeah. In the Army, we used to call somebody like him the S-House lawyer. That was referring to Chris Brown's attorney. Here we go.
About who assaulted them.
You should never go say things to the media when you don't know what you're talking about.
Busby told me he has collected 10 witness statements already, plus surveillance video, but declined to show it to me.
What does the video show?
The video shows that these 4 men were attacked by a large group of people that was directed by Chris Brown.
Washington said he knows Yella Beezy will not be implicated in any piece of evidence because he simply did not do anything.
The claims that have been filed against my client is frivolous.
No criminal charges have been filed yet in this case, but
let's see if Yella Beezy has any history of Beezy. History. 1 second, folks. Yella Beezy. Oh, look at this. Look at this. Look what I dug up. Okay. He was accused. Bond said $1 million. Yellow Busy arrested. Wow, $1 million. Okay. Well, let's dig up some more. That might have been the one that he got that they say he got him out of, but let's see. Is this the same one? Yeah. Child endangerment? Wow. Oh, let's see what's going on here. Let's see if okay. I guess he's still out on bond. It doesn't say anything about this case ending, and it doesn't say anything about him being in prison. Obviously, he's not in prison because he just performed. Let's go back. Okay, let's get back to the party. Here we go. Yeah. So let's see what we got here. All right. So basically, okay. Just looking through some things, y'all. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay. All right. This just recently happened. This is the issue is that for some reason men cannot control their temper. And the problem is that the men who can't control their temper are usually the men who have pew pews like this. Hey, that's not a bad area. Yeah, harassment always leads to violence. It really does. It's something that needs to be done in our community. This popped up. Here we go. Oh, this is funny. Yeah. Oh man. Wait, hold on. Here we go.
cry like
That
courage and
game's off
cowardly.
tonight.
Because if you want to
Okay. This is about Caitlin Clark says Cynthia G is correct about black men. Let's check it out. Here we go.
Response to it. So I would like to know, what did you do in response in history other than go to the Supreme Court and petition to have access to the men's women that you're complaining and accusing of disenfranchising you? See, because
think about it like this. I'm gonna just keep this up here for a second. If black men, that includes me, I'm black too, took all of our energy and put it into trying to make things better instead of making things worse, things would be better. But we are not doing that right now. I don't know when we are going to be doing it, but we need to. And I'm not talking about like, okay, Joe around the corner, he's a real good guy, and Tony in the in the government building, he's putting in that time. No, I'm talking about us as a whole, and it doesn't seem to be happening very much. I just wanted to bring that up. It seems like we are prioritizing the wrong things, and it's it's the wrong things happening. Let's just put it that way. What else is going on? Let's go through. What about? Let's check this out.
Yes, my name is Shadia Massey, SHADIA MASSEY, and she is my first cousin.
She's your cousin. I'm so sorry for your loss.
Thank you.
My name is Raymond Dwayne Massey. It's RAYMOND, and it's DUANE, and it's MASSEY. And I'm Sonya's uncle.
It's on his uncle. I appreciate it. Do we need everybody closer together at all if we get a screenshot?
If you could scooch just a hair, that would be great. Yeah, if you could kind of right between them.
Yeah, close.
You're comfortable. I know that. We were all horrified.
Some of her daughter could come in the house and get their clothes without having to see their mother's blood all over the kitchen floor. So why don't you say that in your own words?
Okay, so my niece and my nephew, they wanted to go to the house because they needed some belongings out of there, and no one wanted to go to that house to clean up that mess. But they needed to get in there, so I would do anything for them. And so I decided to go out there and clean up the crime scene. Mm-hmm. And walking into that house, I just felt her. I felt her. I felt like I knew what happened to her immediately. When I get to the kitchen and I see her blood laying on that floor, it broke me down. But my main focus was to not let my niece and nephew see what happened to their mother on that floor.
I just wanted to say that the video was horrible enough, but to be misled on how things transpired is even more hurtful, and it just makes that pain a lot deeper for our family.
I so appreciate it, sir. If we could try to keep, I think, the camera stagnant on the two family members, is that okay?
Yeah, we fixed it on our end.
I so appreciate it. I know it's not easy, guys, so we'll keep that camera up as is, if that's okay, but I think we're going to try to use the question.
I just wanted to play a little bit of that, everybody. Thank everybody for coming through tonight. Next show will be on, today's Wednesday, right? Yeah. Next show will be either Thursday night or Saturdays, one or the other. So everybody stay tuned. Thanks you for coming through. This is DJ Torch, and I'm out of here.